We are not putting our interpretation onto this. This is not our take on this. We're just saying, right, wow, that's what it says. Okay. If that's what God says, that's good enough for me.
I think the reason we are even doing this documentary is to find out what this religion is all about, because a lot of people have a bias against Jehovah's Witnesses without even knowing what they really believe in. I mean, they come knocking on your door and your first reaction is to turn them away.
Hi, my name is Brett Tracy.
Melanie Tracy.
Well, thank you very much for letting us come here and film you today. Now I'm just going to ask you a few questions. First one, if you could just tell us about your family.
When we follow the principles in the Bible, it helps us with our life as well, because we're looking at love for one another, respect for one another, children trying to be obedient to their parents, all these sort of things, and we try and apply them in our lives, then it helps us to have a happy family life as well.
Having a real belief, not just having a religion passed on to us as a tradition, means that we really do believe it. So that gives us stability, it gives us faith, and we really do believe what we're doing, so we feel good with that. We're not going because we feel obliged to, we're doing it because we want to. So as opposed to an infant baptism where the child has no choice, it's a personal choice that you come to the conclusion that this is what I want to do with my life, because it is a serious step.
That's right, it's not something that your parents decide for you, it's something that you decide personally.
What's that?
It's what?
That.
It's a microphone.
I thought it was.
What's a story that you remember?
In one of these. I don't really know any of them. I just know the one that I just showed you, but I forgot it.
It's just a case of trying to keep it clean and simple, stick with what the Bible teaches and not add in extra teachings from external influences. With birthdays, the Bible doesn't portray them in a very favourable light. There's only 2 birthdays I mentioned in the Bible, and both were from people who are pagans, so non-Christians.
Liam understands why he's not joining in with the birthday, and afterwards we always go off and we have buy a little lolly and have something together with him. He looks forward to that time together with me afterwards, so he's not missing out.
A little funny extension of that is some of the kids in the class don't believe he's turned 6 because he hasn't had a birthday at school. So
yeah,
he's had to
funny.
say, no, I really am 6.
When I was 6 weeks old, I needed an operation that required a blood transfusion. I got opened up at the back of my head and needed to fix my skull and all that. So if you were to be faced with that decision, how would you go about it?
First thing would be to ascertain whether that's the opinion of more than one doctor and try and get some other advice.
Because we certainly want to live, don't we? It's not like we don't want to live.
Obvious that blood transfusion is an issue that people generally know about with respect to Jehovah's Witnesses, and the fact that we will not accept blood transfusions based on the Bible's command to abstain from blood.
Still, isn't it still arguable that using blood in a transfusion to save someone's life is obeying his law, because life is in the blood and life is sacred and preserving it?
No, because he himself said to abstain from blood.
Right.
And he told the Israelites not to eat it. Saving our own life is not the ultimate and most important thing. Being obedient to our Creator is the most important thing.
Please forgive me for doubting you when you refused to bow before him, and now I know what it means to put faith in our God, Jehovah. Never again will I doubt his word or the ability of the true God to carry out his commandments.
If, say, completely hypothetically, your son was to grow up homosexual, what would be the course of action? You said you would allow him a choice to join the church or not. What would be the course of action that would follow?
A homosexual is someone who not only has a different orientation to what perhaps you call a straight person or heterosexual person, but they also act on their feelings. If that hypothetically happened to our son, we would do everything we could to support him and help him, but we'd also make it clear that God does have a standard in the Bible. And even though in more modern times it's become fashionable to ignore that and just go with your feelings, we would still stick to the original.
Now, this idea that homosexual behaviour has no bad influence outside, no bad influence at all, it's purely just a personal choice as to how you live, is very different to what the Bible says. Males with males working what is obscene and receiving in themselves the full recompense which was due for their error, filled as they were with all unrighteousness, wickedness, covetousness, badness, being full of envy, murder, strife, deceit, malicious disposition, being whisperers, backbiters, haters of God, insolent, haughty. I could go on, it just goes on and on. The Bible is very clear that homosexuality, when let go unrestrained, is morally destructive.
Is it possible to view that as oppression of free will?
No, it boils down to if they want to please God and follow his law, that's up to them. If they don't, that's up to them too. So we'd be somewhat disappointed, no doubt, if our son chose to go that route, but we couldn't stop him.
The Bible itself makes itself very clear. It doesn't require any interpretation or understanding to understand those words. You mightn't like them, you might not agree with them, but they are so perfectly clear that anybody would understand what it's saying.